And there we are. There's four of us tonight. You are watching Goodman Games Official, and we're doing another Lankhmar one-shot. We're still trying to get everyone back after the holidays, so we can wrap up Weird Frontiers. Possibly. Depends on if we kill Dan or not. Um, but yeah, we got people MIA and out sick tonight, so this is what we got. I don't even remember. We're going to run a dungeon. Let's meet our characters, and then we'll just get into this. Why don't we start with you, Jake?
I'll be Bart Weathers, who is now an executioner level thief.
Oh, very nice. Bert?
Subaru, adventurer and archer, level 4.
Very nice, very nice. And Jeremy?
Lafish Urim, former Gong, former termed wizard and crabman.
It's perfect. Absolutely. So, tonight's adventure, you all are actually... A lot of your friends that you normally travel with, they all got picked up for indecent exposure. So they're spending a couple of weeks in the slammer. And because of that, the three of you are taking some odd jobs here and there. But you heard a rumor about this copper tower on the edge of the city. No one understands what it's for, but there's rumored to be really great treasure in the basement. And you've all taken it upon yourselves to discover the mysteries of the copper tower and get that sweet, sweet loot. And that's all the setup that I bothered to come up with for tonight.
You had me at sweet loot.
Sweet loot's what counts. And yeah, so we'll just get right into it. You find yourselves at the edge of town, kind of in the areas that have been forgotten a little bit. And it's very much, it looks like a copper or brass like telescope. It's large. You can't tell exactly how many stories it is, but there's this one large tube going up. There's double doors at the front of it that you're facing, and along the side of it there's a smaller like copper tube. And I say smaller, it still looks like it's going to be like 10-12 feet in diameter, while the main portion of the tube, let's just see what map I said. Oh, it's about 100 feet in diameter. And that's where I'll start it off. You stand in front of these large double doors looking at this huge tower.
I believe I will approach the doors and look for any booby traps.
Sure. Give me any special thief skills you have for finding booby traps.
I'm confident there's nothing here.
Very confident that there's nothing there. Yeah, you don't think it's booby trapped. You do a good look over. You would actually say with 11, 11's not terrible. You find that there's nothing super obvious, but what you do find is you're kind of inspecting things. There's a lot of like cold coming off of the metal that this tower is made out of. Like maybe you touch the door gently and it's cold. It's so cold it's borderline painful.
Getting through here might be a bit of a frosty pain, but other than that, I think we're safe to go.
Oh, I think I know just the thing. I'll come forward, and I'm going to try and time it just right. So right as I grab the door handles, I also cast Flaming Hands.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hot versus cold.
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and roll that spell out? See how it does.
Ooh.
23. Yeah. Produce a massive blast of fire that burns up to 3 targets within range for D6 plus caster level points of damage. Yeah, no, that's absolutely not an issue. You walk up to the door and you just douse it in fire. You can see the metal of the door and the, tower, the walls around it start to discolor from the heat. There's actually this mixture of hot and cold going on. You start seeing some condensation kind of forming around it. But yeah, you douse it, and it's no longer so cold it's painful. It's now so hot that it's painful.
Good looking out, Bart. Let's go.
Okay.
We might want to wait till it cools down a bit.
I'll,
Wait, I
I'll
got that. I just had about a pint of beer. Just give me a second.
oh,
Yeah, you take a few moments.
I'll cool it down.
Subaru hoses it off so you can grab the handles, and the doors open right up. And actually, let me help because there's this little catch right here. Why did that show up? There we go.
My favorite part of being a mage is using magic not as intended.
Yeah, that's the best part. All right, so yeah, if you all want to move your tokens inside, actually, I'll zoom in so our viewers can kind of see things. Now, it is dark inside. There's no lighting.
I only see Subaru, but I'll assume I'm usually close to Subaru.
Hang on, let's help you all out just a little bit. Oh, that's right. Eddie's not here. There, your token is inside now too. And as you move in, it's wide open, just this huge open circular area. You can see that in the middle of this room, there's a ledge. It almost looks like a fountain or, you know, a little, I don't know the word, but, you know, this ledge is maybe like 4 inches and it's just solid. At first you think glass, but then you're kind of looking and the way it's kind of clouded and it's so cold in here, it's ice. In the center of here, looking along the wall a little bit to the side, you do see that there is a door. And actually, you know what? We don't actually need token lighting. I think it's going to get in the way today. So let's just kill it so everyone can see the map. Ignore the erroneous stairs that I left while creating the map.
Oh, do we want to search around the room before we take the door?
I want to see what's the deal with that, and I'll point to the frozen water in the center there.
Yeah, absolutely, you can. How are you
Maybe
checking
it's
it
magic.
I'm just gonna look at it.
It is ice. Kind of looks thick, but it's kind of clouded a little bit. Why don't you go and give me an intelligence roll here?
Alrighty. Three.
It looks cold. It looks very cold.
That is some ice, if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Which I have at the bottom of Subaru's glass.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, don't stick my tongue out. I don't know. You know, I might actually just
and I will
take my dagger and run it across the top of the water, or the ice, as it were, to kind of see.
Yeah, you start doing that. You can scrape. I mean, like, it kind of chips off a little bit. Yeah, it kind of flakes a little. I will note the ceiling in this room is maybe like 20 feet up. And you can see the ceiling above has an identical looking ring of ice.
I want to walk around the whole kind of fountain area and just see if there's any inconsistencies, hidden doors, anything that looks like a trap, maybe.
Sure. Go ahead. Intelligence test is fine.
You say that.
Well, you got a 13. That's not bad. So yeah, I'll tell you what. You don't find anything that really jumps out. This room is unnaturally cold. The only signs of a door, hidden or not, there's the main doors that you came in through, and then there is the door that's visible off to the side, which lines up exactly with that smaller tube along the side of the building exterior. But as you're kind of looking in, you're also looking at the ice. There's no real inconsistencies that you're seeing, but you can kind of like maybe from like the light of your torch, you can see that below this layer of ice, there is another room. Also large like this one. It has kind of the same ice pool feature down below, but it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like it's a slightly different color, the ice pool in the lower room. But the other thing you notice is there's large shapes. There's two of them. It's kind of hard to make out the exact details, but you're guessing they're not moving. They are probably frozen solid, whatever those large shapes are.
Come here. Look at this.
Yeah. What do we got over here?
And yeah, so
Frozen solid.
Subaru, yeah, you can, as Subaru points it out, you all kind of peer through the ice, maybe you know, polish a little spot off so you can see through a little clearer. And taking a few moments to kind of observe it even closer. The map doesn't show it real well, so I'm going to draw on the map real quick. You can actually see there's a set of stairs that kind of comes up and coils around, kind of like in that horseshoe there along the interior, and goes down to the level below. And those large shapes that you see appear to be like large insects. And I'm talking like standing at a height, top of their back when they're standing up, easily 10 feet.
Well, it looks like whatever's down there will have to be unfrozen before we can reach it. And naturally, it looks like we'll have some giant something to deal with. But at least we know ahead of time.
Are you muted, Jeremy?
No, I'm not muted,
Oh, okay, my bad.
but maybe I was.
Okay.
I've been attacked by devils in the past. Is there any chance to do like a knowledge check to see if I think these aren't regular bugs? They might be what I think they are.
Yeah, you can go and give an intelligence test to see if you can put some identification on those.
Okay. Time to botch.
13's not terrible. You've heard in the frozen tundras to the north, there are large ice spiders that prey on like elk and seals and polar bears and whatever else may be up there. And these two shapes look like they may be just those.
I don't know how they brought them here, but those are giant spiders. They eat elk, terrible things. Just the worst of the worst. So I could try melting the ice here again, or we could maybe just use the stairs.
Let's check the stairs. Maybe there's like a special spider killing thing, magic thing.
Speaking of which, I'll start drawing from some of the stone and mildew and condensation in the room to make a weird companion for ourselves.
Oh, and you rolled a 20 on that? You got a 26? Caster summons one mundane animal of up to 16 hit die, 2 animals of up to 8, or 4 animals of up to 4, or 8, 2. Animal remains for up to a day, though they hunger, thirst, and rest as normal. They obey the caster's commands within normal bounds.
Wow.
Yeah, if you give them commands that contradict their nature, there's a 10% chance of releasing the animal from service, in which case they return to whence they came.
Okay, I need to take a second to choose which animal to do. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's quite a thing right there. I'm trying to remember if I've got those on your character sheet.
I've got one that goes up to 12 hit dice. I don't have anything that's anywhere up to 16.
I don't think the book had anything that's up to 16. You could summon 2 giant ape men, though.
I think I will do 2 giant ape men. That just sounds too awesome not to. 2 giant ape men. They should be like that weird one from the Conan story with the red cape.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you got 2 giant ape men. They got 3 action dice, 46 hit points. Their 2 hit on their slam attack is a plus 14, and their damage is 2d8 plus 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they
That's-
ran for additional damage if 2 or more slam attacks hit. Good God.
Good God, it's right.
Uh,
All right. That's impressive.
well, let's have one of those go up ahead of us and maybe one of them behind us.
Okay, sure. Absolutely. And we don't have to worry about moving the tokens for everything. It's a small enough area. If you're doing something, you can just tell me you're
Yeah.
doing it. And so, now what? There is the door off to the side.
Let's check that door.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll check it for traps first.
Go ahead and roll your
That is
detect
smart.
find trap thing.
I will stand ready with my warhammer.
You did good. Yeah.
19.
This one, you're very confident. There's no traps.
No traps on this one. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and open it up. Or I'll have one of our ape men open it up.
Yeah, sure. Ape Man opens it up. Stairs going up and only up. And if you all want to go up as well, you just gotta click on your token and then click on the up thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But now all the tokens are stacked. Oh, and
Oop.
oh god, I keep clicking the wrong thing.
So we've got King Dong and Mighty Joe Dung.
You do. You know what? I'm just going to have to pop us up over to the second floor. And then the same deal. Let's get rid of all that stuff that makes it hard to see. Now the stairs do continue up. There is another door that is closed.
I'll check that door for traps.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll that out.
24.
You are absolutely positive that there are no traps on this door either.
Excellent.
And yeah, if you open the door, and it does open, another extremely cold room. Same circular thing in the floor. The 2 features that stand out, as you can see on the map, there is a circle of frozen people standing in the room. And on the very far side of the room, there is a large metal lever.
How tall is the ceilings?
About 20 feet. And looking up at the ceiling, you can see there is another kind of matching circular ice pool.
How smooth are the walls going up to the ceiling?
Very smooth. It's all made out of like that copper. So like everything in here is like metallic, but very smooth.
I want to try something.
I believe
I
it.
want to see if I can get a grapple to snag onto that ice that's hanging from the ceiling
Oh, okay.
and then like swing across so I don't have to set foot on the chamber and kind of land on the opposite side where that lever is.
So you're throwing your grappling hook at the flat surface along the ceiling. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but I am going to want a 20.
Yeah, well,
Or at least 20 for the score.
sure. What do you want to base it on?
We'll do strength. Ooh, 18. Do you want to luck
18?
that up?
No.
I will spin the luck. Yeah.
Yeah. You throw it at just an angle, you put a little tension on the rope, and it swings in just a way that one of those tongs just kind of chips right into the ice like an ice axe. You pull the rope taut, it holds. And yeah, with that, I'm going to say, yeah, you just climb up the rope a little bit as you jump, and it swings you clear across the room.
Cool. Take a look over here at this lever then.
Yeah.
Does
It
it look like
is.
it's frozen? Does it look like it's had much use?
Doesn't look like it's had much use. There is a, cold. There's a thick layer of like frost and dust over it. Maybe if you give it a little gentle poke, it's solid. Like there's no wiggle to it. But unless you actively try to pull the lever, you won't know if it's movable or not.
Okay. Well, I'm over here. Should I pull it?
Yeah. Hold
Okay.
on a second. What's
Take
with
a
these?
good grip on that rope in case the floor drops out from under me or something.
Absolutely.
What's
Grab
the
that
worst that could
handle.
happen?
Pull it.
You pull it, and it moves. It's hard. It's tough. It's cold. You can hear it grinding, maybe the breaking of chunks of ice. But as you do that, the ring of ice in the ceiling. Hang on. Let me double check my notes. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing here, because I am liable to do exactly that. Every time I play, okay, you pull the lever, and the ring of ice that's in the floor kind of glows blue for just a moment and then stops. And it doesn't seem like it's quite so warm in this room. Or quite so cold, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, got cold.
I said the wrong word. I was going to say it feels almost slightly warmer. It's still cold, still like you're standing in a freezer, but it doesn't seem quite as intense or oppressive. But other than that, nothing else happens.
I'll
Is the-
meander into the room.
Okay.
Is the ice to which my grapple hook is sunk melting as well? Or moving?
No. And I'll tell you that
Okay.
the ice didn't move, and it's not melting. But yeah, the ice in the ceiling doesn't seem to have changed any. It was the ice in the floor that kind of flashed up for a second. But it's still there. It's still ice.
Go ahead, Jake.
I want to examine one of these frozen people.
Yeah, it's a frozen dude. You walk up to him, you take a look. Their face is contorted in pain and fear, maybe, but they are solid. They're even like it's their feet's like even frozen to the ground. Like,
Okay, then. I will back away and head towards the stairs.
okay.
Do we want to break one of them out of the ice and see what happens?
That could be fun.
I'll have one of the gorilla men like hold it in place while the other one just
If you're gonna
Come
do
with it.
that, they're super strong. It'll take them a few minutes to actually get through it because they're frozen that solid. But
Mhm.
just big chunks start coming apart on this thing. Like these people in this room are just solid through the core, just frozen. So yeah, like
Okay.
they like snap their legs and their arms off and like are breaking off chunks, and you can see ice cubes of viscera kind of scattering across the floor.
I don't think we're going to save this one.
No.
Well, at the very least, we know how he died.
He died
Mauled.
doing what he loved. Getting pounded.
Chilling.
I didn't know where it was going, but that's where it went.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna remove that one because it's now just a pile of meat cubes on the floor. Now what?
The pool in the middle, is
Yeah.
it still iced?
It is still ice. And I will also say that the stairs did continue up. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it is still iced. It almost, it's
Okay.
like, I don't say lapis. Now that you kind of saw that, like there was some magical enchantment on that ice, maybe keeping it frozen, but there's nothing here in the room that's really warming it up enough for that ice to thaw out and melt yet.
Gotcha. I mean, a long enough timeline, it'll thaw, but not anytime soon while we're here.
All right. Well, it's, I'm fine moving on if you are.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I'm going to click up as you all find yourselves on the third floor. And give me a second here. This one I am going to keep the fancy lights off. No reason.
Okay.
But same thing. Stairs continue up. And there is a door.
Okay.
What do you do?
Do we want to check it or just send an ape through?
I'll check it. I don't want to damage the ape.
It's still a good roll.
13.
13 is still good. I'm not trapped.
All right. That should be safe for the ape man.
All right. King Dong will do an overly dramatic door kick.
King Dong kicks the door open and steps through. King Dong. You know, King Dong doesn't have terrible stats.
Yeah, surprisingly good.
Yeah, I'll say he'll kind of poke his head back in, and he'll try to convey what he's seen inside. Lots of arm movement. Lots
I really wish I didn't have to let these summons go. I want to keep them forever.
Yeah. So,
I will enter into the room.
absolutely.
I'll
And
do
once
the same quietly.
all start entering in the room. Now, I'll remove the lighting bits. As you all see, what appears to be some kind of like frozen dragon. It's not a huge dragon by any means, but compared to you all, you know, it could easily bite a man in half without much trouble. And still the same setup. There is the lever on the far side. There's the pool of ice in the center. But the ceiling is different here. Instead of being like a pool of ice, There's like a crystalline lens that's slightly convex, where it bulges out, fixed into the ceiling.
Oh. Well, my first thought is to tell the apes to find any thin points on that dragon icicle thing. Break the knees. Break where the wings meet. Break the teeth.
Yeah, the teeth especially.
Oh god. That's fucking genius. Okay.
Basically, any joints, anything that's thin enough that they might be able to break it by pummeling it, just have them go at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll spend a few minutes doing that. And
Go demolish Frozilla.
okay, wow, that is good thinking. As they spend a handful of minutes breaking off chunks that they're able to on the dragon. Now what?
Check out that ice in the middle there.
Yeah, same story as the other rooms. This would have been the ice that, the top side of that ice that Subaru used to swing across.
I mean, maybe if we keep doing these levers, we'll undo the supernatural cold.
Yeah.
No one would hope.
Are you going
All the
to?
better reason to maim things while they're still frozen.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll go help the 8 people maim the dragon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bart and the 2 apes are now beating the ever-loving crap out of the dragon.
I want to go check the throw rod on the other end again.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Absolutely. Same deal is down below. It's kind of tough. You're, strong enough to do that.
I'm not going to move it yet. I'm going to wait for them to break the dragon up.
Okay. Yeah. You let them break the dragon up. And then same thing. You throw the lever. It takes some effort. But the pool in the floor, it kind of does that blue glow for a moment. And then the room doesn't feel as oppressively cold. But other than that, there's no real change. Now what?
Oh, maybe we'll go through the different levels, giving levers, and if that doesn't do it, maybe then I start doing some flaming hands again. But
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's take a quick look-see upstairs.
All right.
I agree.
And this time, I like
Dong, come on.
That's fantastic.
Double D's.
I do enjoy the elevator feature, but I'm going to move us up because it annoys me that it stacks everyone right there. As you find yourselves, it comes up. Same thing. There's a door. Do you check for traps or do you just throw it open?
I'm going to check that for traps.
Go ahead.
20, dirty 20.
Absolutely no traps here. It's not locked. You have one of the 8 men throw the door open.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Your
actually...
turn, Dong.
Yeah, he throws it open. You actually find yourselves on the roof of the tower, on the top of the tower, outside. And you can see there's a column, same size as the ice pools. It's almost like imagine like an eyepiece on a telescope kind of setting up on the top. But you can see there's this thick, kind of cloudy, yellowy, just goop looking stuff all over the top of it, of this center column that's standing out. It stands maybe like 5 feet tall.
Does it look like it might be a some sort of magical heat source that can be released to, gloop down and...
Why don't you give me an intelligence test?
I will. Do 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 do.
13. You maybe spend a few minutes inspecting it. It's hard to the touch, but it's not real solid. Like maybe if you poke it with your dagger, it shaves off, leaves a little bit of residue on the dagger. You're not sure of its exact composition. Maybe you do pull out a torch and try and ignite a little bit of it. And when you do, it actually just kind of starts melting and dripping, but has no flammable properties. And it kind of, as you heat it, it kind of clarifies a little bit and then drips down. And then as it kind of sets there, wherever it drips onto, it kind of re-solidifies.
Don't really know what to make of that.
Yeah, it is something.
And it's completely covering the top of this thing that's coming out. You can see now that you see it, it's like it's dripped down over the sides a little bit and solidified there. Almost think like the top of a Maker's Mark bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's something else perhaps in this room besides the
Now I will
waxy
say,
center.
this isn't a room. You are on the top of the tower. There's
Yeah.
no railing or edge. So as you're outside now, you're looking out at the city around you. Fresh air ish that you can get in a city this size. Buddy is up there too.
He's going crazy since he's hearing your voice and he can't see
Oh
you.
snap. Poor Buddy.
Yeah. There he is, right there.
Hi, Buddy.
Buddy.
Buddy. But yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, it didn't take a whole lot of heat from your torch. The little bit that you shaved off, it didn't take a lot for it to melt.
So I'm sorry. So the middle there in the yellow, that's an ice plug as well.
It's not ice. It's like this yellowish material. It's kind of it's solid, but it's a little on the softer side for a solid material. Lapis was able to carve a little bit of it off, put the heat to his torch to it, and it melted. And then when he took the heat away, it slowly re-solidified.
Can we get fingers around an edge? Can it be lifted off?
You can certainly give me a strength test. I mean, there's plenty dripping down where it dripped down. At least that's what it looks like. So yeah.
Oh, hurry up. Oh,
You
going
pull.
bolt.
Yeah, you pull.
Oh no.
Doesn't lift. I will say that it's got a almost kind of residue-y feel when you touch it. Your hands just kind of slip off of it. But it's not
How's
cold.
Come on. Are neither one of you going to say it? Lift with your legs.
Not with your back.
There you go.
Wait, what? Actually,
I'll borrow your grappling hook there, and I'll try and dislodge this sealed thing.
if you guys can get a good handhold put in place, they've got these two big monkey men.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. If you start chiseling at it with the grappling hook, you kind of make a good handhold.
Well, I was thinking of hooking it onto the side where it's not sealed, and then just jumping up and down on it.
So you're going to climb up on the top of it and start jumping up and down on it?
That's the idea. And if
Okay.
I fall through, I'll have a grappling hook.
As you climb up on the top and you start jumping, it does have a little bit of give.
Perfect.
And you start bouncing. And eventually you start to see like it's starting to crack. And just jumping on it's not going to be enough to fully break it loose, but you do you opened up some cracks. And actually where you were jumping, you can kind of see like the impressions that your boots left into it. Like the material's kind of soft enough that your weight pushing down on it kind of left a little impression there.
This is excellent. I think I've got it as far as it'll go, unfortunately. Might need a little heat to keep going.
All right. Watch your feet. I'll do some flaming hands.
Absolutely.
What's the worst that could happen?
We'll find out.
Famous last words.
I mean,
Okay,
pretty
not
good.
bad. Burns a single target, D6. We don't need to roll it out. That's enough heat. As you hit it with your flaming hands, it starts melting and dripping off the sides. And big chunks kind of start falling away as it all melts like wax put to heat, eventually revealing like underneath the opening. It's like the circular opening with another kind of convex lens kind of set maybe a foot into it.
Hey, it's like a giant magnifying glass under here.
Hey there, Steven.
Amazing. Let's keep
Suppose I'll
going
climb
for
down.
science.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
I'll
what?
climb down off of the wax deal.
Okay. Well, I would
I'm
hope so.
gonna
He already
keep a
lit it on
sample of
fire.
this wax.
Yeah, absolutely. And as it kind of melts and then lands on the tower, like it starts to re-solidify. So easily you could probably break off a big chunk and stash it in your pack.
Excellent. Back down the stairs.
Okay. Ooh, let me do that. And we'll go here. Oh, your token's already there. Cool. And you go down the stairs. The door is still open. It's no longer cold in the room. And in fact, you can look into the room and you see that ice pool in the center is starting to melt. So you kind of start turning liquidy. And also you can see the maimed ice sculpture dragon. It's starting to move a little bit.
Get it? Ah! I'll
Yeah,
send
get the
forth.
beating on that sucker.
Okay. Well, if that's the plan, then let's just go ahead and hop into initiative. And I say you all get, initiative the first round. I'm just going to go hit the roll all button. I hope you all don't mind.
No, it's easier sometimes.
So Jeremy, your first giant ape man is free to run up and start wailing on this creature.
I think you will. I don't know if it'll let me do it from the sheet.
Okay. If not, I can hit the buttons for you. You get 3 actions.
Like it just slam, slam, slam is the best. And if he gets 2 slams, he gets extra.
Okay. Slam. Oh. And you get to do an extra 2d8, yeah.
Yeah, but if
Alright.
at least 2 of his 3 actions hit, then he gets an extra 2d8 on top of it.
All right. 25 to hit, 31 to hit, 31 to hit. All 3 of them hit. You know what? I definitely wasn't anticipating. Giant ape men. As Jeremy, your first ape man. Does 96 damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So the ice drake's still up. It is in absolutely brutally terrible shape.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, and that does open up for your next giant ape man.
Uh, second verse, same as the first.
Slam,
Finish him,
slam,
Joe.
slam. Oh,
Oh,
one of those is a critical hit.
Oof.
Okay. So a 22 to hit, a 34 to hit, and a 26 to hit. The extra 2d8 damage. So the critical hit was sundered its weapon. I'm going to say the ape man breaks its jaw. Goodness gracious.
Poor thing. We crippled it before it even started, and then.
This time the ape man only does 59 damage.
Oh.
I'm just going to hit the end combat button because now it is just a pile of partially thawed dragon meat on the ground.
beautiful
Get
job,
up,
King Kong.
boys!
They start eating. Sure.
Just like, yeah, they should reward themselves with the equivalent of like a Drake skull.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. But it's during this first fleeting round of combat, you can see it's just moments away from this ice circle in the floor thawing out and crashing into the ground.
I wonder what those people are going to look like down below us.
Hopefully very dead very soon. I'll start making my way to the room below.
Sure. And let's pop down to... Oops, no, we actually want to go to the second floor. And I'm just going to put you all right there. They are now milling about, very clearly undead creatures, as well as the ice in this room is also starting to rapidly melt as they all start kind of shambling towards you all as you enter the door.
Oh, number one's going down.
All right, well, why don't we go ahead and initiate this as well. God, those fucking giant ape men, they're killing me, Smalls.
Oh,
Get 'em.
Lord.
The first giant ape man gets to go.
I mean, I think both ape men will just go. There's one close to us up above and one close to us down below. I think they just split and they each go to
Slam,
a nearby
slam,
one.
slam. Wait for the table. Yep. Lowest roll was a 17. This ice zombie is just completely destroyed.
Oh, God.
Slam, slam, slam. Lowest roll to hit was a 19. Lowest damage was a 19.
Never knew animal summoning could be one of the toughest spells.
It's pretty
That's brutal.
intense.
Wow.
Also, it turns us over to Subaru. Players actually get a turn this round.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Imagine that.
Those fucking ape men are great.
So all of these are still targets.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
As they're-
Well,
Breaking free and starting to shamble towards you all.
all right. Well, if they're shambling, I'm going to take a shot at this one.
Okay. Which one was it?
Okay.
Okay.
Right here.
I see it. That is great. Hits, 22 to hit, 5 damage.
Did not go off with my deed though.
Did not go off with your deed. And I will also say the piercing power of your arrow doesn't seem to be as effective as you had hoped. Could come along the fact that these things are ice.
Frozen.
Yeah. All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lapis.
Actually, you know what?
What?
After seeing that, instead of my move action, I'm going to switch off to my Warhammer
Oh, wow. Okay, good. Cool.
Smasher.
Smasher. There you go. Lapis, you are up.
Well, I suppose I'll have my little rat friend come out. Go for the eyes, Pooh, and I'll do magic missile.
Okay.
Just see how that goes. Magic missile.
Which one are you shooting at?
Probably down below. Sometimes it gives me more than one target.
So this one you throw 1d4 plus 2 missiles that do damage equal to 1d6 plus caster level. Each missile can be aimed at a separate target that's in line of sight. All
So
right.
I'll do 4.
4 missiles.
Let's do 2 each to the 2 bottom ones.
Okay, sure. And then if you want to give me a d6, they'll each take d6 plus 4, so they'll each take 7 damage. 14 damage each. Okay, neither of them go down, but huge chunks of body are blown off. It's like ice chipped off of them. All right, anything else, Lapis?
I think that's it.
All right. Let's see here. Shit. Wrong tool. This is going to close in on you there, Lapis, but I have to use absolutely all of my action and movement to get up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to put this one. It closes in up here. Same deal. Not enough.
Eek.
Yeah, they're just closing in. Bart, it's your turn.
Well, oh boy. Oh boy. One of the ones who just closed in around Lapis but got blasted with the magic missile earlier.
Yeah,
I'm going
absolutely.
to attack you.
Okay, so it's either that one or that one. 15 will hit. Oh, and you're hitting it with a mace. That's good. Okay. We'll say we'll do the one directly south of Lapis, and that completely destroys it.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. And it's time for the final. This one is going to move up to your ape up there. And it's going to make a swing on your ape. I get a 5 to hit.
Ooh.
All right. We'll do next round of combat. Let's go ahead and reinitiate. Subaru, you are up first this time.
Okay, seeing as there's one right in front of me, it gets hit by Foe Smasher.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. 8. You're 4 short.
Nope, not worth it.
All right. All right. What are the giant apes going to do?
The one down below will come into that space just beneath me, so that way it can kind of like smash one, smash another, smash the third.
Oh, okay. 1 smash for each.
Yeah.
That's the one to the left, one to the right, and 1 right up. Yes, they all hit. All right, I did. Okay. That one is destroyed. This one is destroyed. The third one is not. Second giant ape man.
Okay. I know there's not necessarily a thing in there, but could it spend like 2 of its action dice to basically pick that one up and throw it at the other one?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Give me a strength test. Well, let me roll it for you because it won't let you roll. We're gonna do a strength test, and actually that would be just the same as its slam. Fucking Christ, its slam
Pretty
test.
much.
I got an 18, and I'm gonna give the ice zombie a chance to react. I got a -1. Yeah, so it picks it up and it throws the zombie next to it at the zombie by you. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out as we're going to do a d6 plus 5, just kind of thrown weapon plus its chunk of strength modifier. Each of them takes 6 damage.
Okay.
That one is destroyed. And the one that got thrown is still up and now right next to you.
Okay. And then it'll use its movement to come and
Okay.
like just be right up on it.
Sure. Absolutely. All right. Final ice zombie. Going for a player. I want to get me a wizard. So it swings at you, Lapis. It is an 8 to hit.
It's almost halfway there.
Yep. Lapis, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, ah.
Wild miss, but miraculously caused no other damage. You critically fail.
I flail wildly with my knife.
You flail wildly. Okay. Do anything else?
No.
Bart, you're up.
I'll move up beside Lapis and take a swing at that thing with my mace.
Absolutely.
Oof.
11 is a
That's
miss.
rough.
That is a miss by 1 point.
I'll spend a luck to do that.
Okay. You do 2 damage. It's not enough to drop it. But you do 2 damage. New round of initiative. Were you doing anything else there, Bart?
Nope, I moved and attacked.
All right. This will be our final round of initiative for this combat. And Subaru, you're up first.
Okay, I will step forward.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll come around that way.
Yeah.
And smash? Question
Hit it
mark?
with that foe hammer. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Great hit.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and your deed goes off. Were you doing anything fancy with that deed?
So if I don't say it, Subaru's deed is always to like hinder movement. So maybe shattering an ankle or like a kneecap or something
Okay.
to slow it down.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it's kind of like what Bart noticed when he was smashing with his mace. You will notice as well. The bluntness of your warhammer seems to be very effective against these. You wipe out both of its ankles as it falls backwards hard on the ground, just shattering across the floor. All of the ice zombies have been slain.
Nice.
Did they leave behind icy loot?
They left behind icy meat, but sadly no loot.
Popsicles.
Yeah, meat sickles. All right, what's next?
Scared right at you, Chuck.
Hi there, buddy.
I think before we leave, I'll head over and I'll pull the lever to the room again.
Okay, you pull the lever to the room as you see the flash of the blue as the ice starts reforming on the floor.
I'll pull it again.
And the ice starts thawing on the floor.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now what?
Move on.
Let's go kill some spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hop us down to the first floor. And as you get down here, now there was no lever on this floor. And so this ice is actually completely melted already. But as you kind of step into the area, you immediately see give me a second here. Two of these giant spiders have already crawled out and are kind of hanging out on the walls.
Are they also icy?
They remain this white, icy color, but they're moving very well. They don't seem to be, seems like they've had a little more time to thaw, so they're not quite as slow, and they've awoken. They're not waking up.
Send in the ape men.
I agree.
Okay.
Double G's.
Double D's. Let's go ahead and get initiative up on the table. All right, so we got initiative up. 8 men have already stormed into the room, but initiative does start with Subaru. Subaru, you're still in the stairway, but if you want to move out and do something, you could. These things
Well,
are...
since these are a little bit more thawed, I want to see if an arrow is any more effective against these. So
Absolutely.
I will step out into the room, but having my bow out,
Yeah.
I will shoot at that one right there, just to see.
And 18 is a good hit. 8 damage. Yeah, the arrow bites. These things don't seem to be mostly crystalline. As it bites in, like blood spurts out. These things are completely thawed. They've just got this white, snowy colored exterior, probably to match their environment. But yeah, arrow bites. All right. Anything else there, Subaru?
No, in which case I'm just going to step out of the way so folks can get through the door and just prepare another arrow for next time.
Sure. One of the spiders, because you sent your apes out, skitters over to one of the apes, almost leaps onto it, and starts biting. What's the name of this ape here, Jeremy?
That one's going to be Dung. Mighty Joe Dung.
All right, I'm going to name him Mighty
It's Dung and Dong.
Joe.
Yeah.
Dung.
King Dong and Mighty Joe Dung.
Give me a moment here. And I'll name the other one once we get around to it. Actually, let's do token. Always show. Wait, what did I just do? I clicked the wrong thing, Jeremy. How dare I?
Yes, exactly. How dare you be so helpful because I'm not able to make them do things myself.
But the spider does try and bite Mighty Joe Dung. That is a dirty 20 to hit
Does
or
hit.
18 damage.
Oh no.
Let's see. I'm not doing math tonight, so 46 minus 18. Mighty Joe Dung has 28 hit points left.
Ooh.
And Mighty Joe Dung also has to give me a fortitude save.
No, they're terrible at fortitude saves.
They're not. They got a 14. Oh, God,
Yeah.
it's a 23. They're so good at fortitude saves. Honestly, the only chance Mighty Joe Dung had at failing this is if he rolled a nat 1.
That's one of the best crits I've ever had in a game is something these two things.
Yeah.
They're too much.
They are amazing. Party, what are you doing? She doesn't like that I'm talking to no one. She's very concerned for me. And then the spider bites again.
No.
Another 18 points of damage. Mighty Joe Dung has 10 hit points left.
Oh no. Wow, and there's your one.
Mighty Joe
Huh.
Dung, his stamina is reduced by 3, so I'm just going to take that out of his fort save. Okay. Lapis.
Dung! No! And I'll just shoot magic missile at it.
Absolutely. Can never go wrong with magic missile. You got to get that
So,
necklace that gives you the extra bolt and the
would be
staff
nice.
that gives you a
Ooh.
+1 if you have lightning charges.
Oh man. What do I need? Like +1 to get higher?
Give me just a second. I was updating King Dong. Magic missile, you got an 8.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so to pop that into a success, you would actually need to get that up to a 12. Because 2 through 11 is lost failure.
Okay, I have just enough to put that in. So I'll do that. I'll get it up to a 12.
Yeah.
So I don't lose it at least.
Okay. Yeah, if you pop that up to a 12, it's a single missile that does 1 point of damage.
Okay, I'll just put the 1 point of damage into it. More importantly, don't lose it.
Okay. All right, so this one takes 1 point of damage.
I guess I'll come through the door
Yeah.
ever so slightly.
All right. It is Mighty Joe Dung's turn.
Okay, well, I think Dung just flails wildly at the thing that nearly murdered him.
Absolutely. Let's throw out 3 slam attacks.
Slam, dun 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 dun. Let the boys be boys.
Yeah, this spider is absolutely obliterated. Jake, how much damage did it do? 17, 17, 17, and 3.
50, 51, 54 total.
54. Fucking Christ. Mighty Joe Dung destroys a spider. All right, it's King Dong's turn. Now, King Dong is about 60 feet from the other spider in the room.
It's got a speed of 40, so it could move, use one of its actions to move again, and then
Yep.
still have 2 slams.
That is highly accurate. Let's go ahead and roll it. Slam, slam.
Oh, baby.
Oh, God.
Dirty 20 and a natural 20. That's intense.
Oh. And another 2d8 on top of it.
Fuck. All right, altogether that is 44. It's 50 damage. And these spiders, a little spoiler, have 20 hit points each.
Oh,
All right.
Squish.
Bart, it's your turn.
I suppose I'll head down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you move out and you head down the stairs, which I greatly appreciate. And as you are heading down the stairs, you can see they must have not been visible from above. There are 2 more of these large spiders moving towards this opening that you're descending through.
Oh, crap. I'll shoot my bow at one of them.
Absolutely.
Ooh, 17 to hit.
All right. I want to go ahead and drop them here on this map. We will say that you are partially down the stairs. 17 to hit. That is going to hit for 3 damage.
We got more down here. Send the apes.
All right. And we'll throw in the other 2. And we'll do a new round of initiative. Actually, Lapis, you're up this time.
okay. I should probably move over to where I have line of sight.
Yeah. Look over. Yeah. I think we both moved you. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. It took your
Oh, my
move.
bad.
That's all right. Oops. Oh, I can do that.
Oh, well, if
can-
that's the case, I should maybe move more up. They'll be able to get to me no matter what. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is to just Blast them.
So you started blasting.
So I started blasting, and I hoped for a better roll than last time.
Absolutely.
Did it? I don't think it went.
I'm definitely. Oh, there. Oh, you rolled a 2. That is an 8. That is a loss failure.
Again, I rolled another 8 on
It's
this?
another 8. Yeah.
Wow. How much do I need to just not lose it?
12.
Oh, I have to get 12 to not lose it.
Yeah. 11. 2 through 11 is lost. Lost
Okay,
failure.
I'm gonna lose it.
Okay. You can still spell burn to recast.
Yeah.
All right. That takes us to Subaru.
Okay. I am going to take a shot at this one over here.
Okay. Now these are below the level, so you would need to move first, like up to where like Lapis is, to
Yeah,
kind of be able
okay.
to kind of peek down at it. So yeah, there, if you move there, you can take a shot.
Ignore the second one.
Okay.
So I hit it twice.
15
No
is
D, but 15.
15 is 1 point short.
Oh, not worth it. No.
Okay. All right. What's Mighty Joe Dung gonna do?
I'm noticing that not only do they have a move speed of 40, but they actually have a climb speed of 30. So they're actually pretty good at just kind of clambering down a wall.
Okay. You can have Mighty Joe Dung climb over there.
Yeah,
I
maybe
guess-
a movement and a second action of climbing to get to one,
Sure, we'll let it. Yeah.
and then 2 slams left.
All right, let's slam. Oh. Both of those are great hits, 14 and 19 damage, plus an additional 2d8. Yeah. Another spider is gone. All right, Bart.
Oh, I'll shoot at the spider that's still left.
All righty.
Or maybe, well,
That's halfway. You got to get to a 16 to make that a hit.
I'll burn a couple of luck.
Okay, because you get to roll.
Yeah.
Add
So that'd
10
be
on to
18 to
8.
hit.
18, that is 5 damage.
All right.
All
That'll
right.
do it for me.
King Dong, are you doing the same thing?
Yeah.
All right, King Dong drops down a level. And slam. Both are hits, and that is going to be lethal damage on that spider. All right. Combat is concluded. And I will say, just to keep things moving, you all finish your descent into the basement. Actually, we can get rid of those. They climbed up and you killed them. And in this room, hang on a second. I see that I messed a few things up. Let's get rid of the lights. Let's adjust that. And then you all are trapped in a ring there. There you go. You find yourself, these stairs descend down onto this, and you're actually standing on a copper disc, and it's very much like iris shaped, like you know, camera iris. And there is a lever along the wall.
Maybe we should all get off the disc before we see what happens when we pull the lever.
I'm in favor of that plan.
That's a good idea. Ruining my fun, but that's wise.
I have an intelligent bonus for once.
That's fantastic. All right, who's pulling the lever?
I'll pull it.
You pull the lever, and as you do, this iris opens up to reveal, kind of like above, another set of circular stairs. And they actually, once this iris opens up, they line up with the stairs coming down like it's one continuous staircase dropping all the way down. You look into a plain room. There's nothing on the floor circular like that, but what there is... Hi there, Captain. I'm just gonna grab everyone. I'm not saying you're moving down yet, but I figured it'll be easier to show. There is a giant ice cube. And let me adjust the lighting here so you all can actually see it.
Oh.
There is a giant ice cube just in this room. And you see in this ice cube, there is a sword. Looks like a long sword. Just hanging out inside of it.
I think we found our treasure.
I think so too, but I don't trust that cube.
And neither do I.
I say we shatter it while it's still frozen for this brief period of time we have.
But we got to be careful not to break the sword inside.
As you're all watching it, the cube kind of slides a little.
Oh, crap. I'll take a shot at it with my bow and arrow.
Go ahead.
Just to see what happens.
18 is a great hit. You hit it. Bits and chunks of ice shoot off of it. As you hear this strange, like, imagine like a cloth bag full of marbles and someone's like shifting it around as this jerky movement, almost like rough stop motion tendril, moves out of the cube over your arrow and pulls it into the cube's form.
That's going to be a problem, I think.
And you did 5 damage, and definitely it doesn't seem like your arrow did much damage.
Thoughts?
Well, I suppose we send the monkey men in to do their thing, and then we follow up.
Hasn't failed so far.
I might,
Okay, I'm going to drop tokens here. Just, you're all looking down at this thing, but just so you got tokens here. So yeah, are you sending your apes down to smash into it?
I suppose so. And then just because I don't quite know what it is, but I want to try and give it difficulty, I'm going to cast a choking cloud in its area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Choking cloud. So I pull all the methane from the dead bodies earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe I don't.
14's in the
14.
connect. Up to 1d4 small individual clouds of toxic gas appear around selected multiple targets, all of which must be within range. Each cloud inflicts a -1 penalty to all rolls. For
I'll
1d4
put them all
rounds.
on that thing.
Now there's no save. It just happens while they're in. So go ahead and roll me a d4. You get 2 clouds. I'm going to guess you're dropping these clouds directly on top of this cube. Let's get some green
Pretty much.
circles.
So the cloud will have so it lasts for 1 round.
Okay.
Gets a -2 for 1 round.
Okay.
Still, hey, why not?
All right. Let's get a couple small cubes. I want you to be on top.
Magic fart clouds.
Magic fart clouds. There's your 2 magic fart clouds, and they last for 1 round. Okay, you ready for your giant apes to start swinging?
Yep.
Who do you want to start, King Dong or Mighty Joe Dung?
I think Mighty Joe Dung is kind of on that near death, like adrenaline rush.
Oh, okay. All right. Slam, slam, slam. All right. 3 very great hits. But as you're watching Mighty Joe Dung slam its fist into this thing, um, Mighty Joe Dung also has to make 3 fortitude saves. He fails 2 of them.
Ooh.
As you see, bits of Mighty Joe Dung's hands are freezing to the cube, and when he pulls it back, it's just ripping off chunks of skin and flesh from his hands. Mighty Joe Dung does take 10 points of damage from this.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Did he get his extra Ren damage? Because I'm a
He did
cheap
not.
bastard.
He did not. Let's throw that Ren damage out there, because... Oh, shit, 12 damage.
Dang.
Okay. I gotta open up the calculator on this one. Holy shit, that's 66 damage, man.
Go, Dung, go! I'll never see you again. Do as much as you can now.
Things are acting weird. Okay. That is recorded, and that does spell the end of Mighty Joe Dung.
Dun dun dun.
No.
You still having King Dong swing?
Of course,
Okay.
because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've got this mysterious bog that kind of like seals and refrigerates perfectly, and I have these sandwiches that are stored inside of it
Oh, yeah.
that I just kind of munch on while I watch these giant ape men go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 18, 16, 25. All 3 of those are hits. The extra 2d8. All right. That is a lot. Just huge chunks of ice are flying off as this happens. But King Dong needs to make some fort saves. He fails 1 of them. As King Dong takes 6 damage from that, as bits of hand flesh are sticking. All right, now we're going to go into actual initiative. There we go. I am going to say that King Dong, that was King Dong's turn, moving us over to Subaru.
Okay. Want to try something?
Absolutely.
I have some oil and I have some arrows.
All right.
I'm gonna like take a bit of the large sack I have, rip some bits of it off, coat it in the oil on my arrows. I'm gonna make some
Oh.
flaming arrows.
Absolutely, sure.
So this will
Nice.
probably take some time.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we just say it takes your movement?
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to shoot with my flaming arrows.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Great hit. And I'm going to actually say that flaming arrow.
That's the deed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch it on fire.
It does a lot of damage. Like it's sizzling in through this thing. You can see this cube. It's like gyrating and shaking. It's like where you see like the lake's frozen over, but the wind and the waves are pushing the ice into the shore. It's kind of breaking up and rolling in these weird ice waves. It's kind of doing that on this cube. So that is a great
Nice.
hit. Lapis.
Well, I'll follow suit. I'll use some burning hands. Might need to move a little bit closer to do it.
Yeah, you will need to move closer. If you want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Ah,
It's lost failure, and you need 1 point to make that a success.
I have one last fleeting luck, which I will use.
Okay, and that is going to deal 1d3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Range on that, 15 feet. So yeah, you would need to be, yeah, right where you're at. Okay, now your fire damage does seem to hit for great effect. As just a big portion of this thing melts out.
Okay.
All right, it is the cube's turn. The cube is going to swing twice, and it's going for King Dong.
No.
I don't know why there's an extra D4 in there. I critically fail. Oh, God. Well, I'm going to say that's going to reduce it down to 1 action for the rest of its turns rather than 2. It does deal 8 points of damage to, I believe, let me check King Dong's AC. It does deal 8 points of damage. And King Dong does need to make a reflex save, which he passes. Not a problem. Or an agility save. Okay. Bart.
Having seen Subaru's flaming arrow gambit, I will also tear off a piece of his bags to make a flaming arrow.
Okay. Now, the flaming arrow was part of Subaru's mighty deed. So I will say to be able to do that, it is going to take your entire turn to prep up an arrow.
That's fine by me.
Okay. All right. Next round, cube is up first. I need to remember it's got a -1 penalty. Let's adjust that. But it's just got 1 swing on it. And that 1 swing is an 11. That is not going to hit King Dong. Lapis.
Phew. All right. Let's try flame on.
Absolutely. Oh.
And I am just rolling rocks. It's, that's fine. I got my good luck on the ape summons.
You did, yeah.
I lose that spell, and that's okay.
All right. Subaru.
I still have the flaming arrows, so I'm going to shoot again.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
baby, look at that.
Wow. You get to deal an additional 3d12 damage.
Well, it doesn't have a
Wow.
spine, so you can say that doesn't work, but up to you.
Yeah, we're just going to throw extra damage on it. That is 18 damage. Does that do it? That does it. As
Nice.
that flaming arrow of doom flies in hard and fast, the cube,
Maybe it hits like a floating jar of oil in the middle of it or
right?
something.
And just explodes,
Yeah.
destroying the cube. All that remains is a long sword lying on the ground in the remains of the ice cubes that was the ice cube.
What could it be?
Uh,
Take a look at it.
yeah, that's your regular spell casting test for magical identification.
Just intelligence check
Yeah.
or spellcasting test.
Spellcasting test, that should be your level plus your intelligence, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Does this do it? God, I have rolled just dirt.
It is an extremely cold sword. It is uncomfortable to touch. If someone were to wield this, they would probably have to have a fairly hefty, like leather glove to protect them from how cold it is. Other than that, you're not able to kind of suss out what it might do.
I don't know. I seem to have waned all my luck summoning those gorillas.
But
Well, I'm sure it'll fetch a nice price anyway.
It probably will. A magic sword, magic items always worth a crap load, and a magic sword like this will fetch a very hefty price. And with that, you all take your leave of the dungeon, having claimed the treasure, the magical sword,
And many meat sickles.
and a crap load of meat sickles. Dragon meat, zombie meat, spider meat. Yeah.
You know, we might want to gather some of that up before we leave.
Oh yes, the roasted spider legs. I'm sure are delicious.
We could charge a pretty penny for wyvern meat too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even it's an ice drake for the meat, so even when cooked, it still feels cool on the tongue. It's a very interesting sensation.
Icy hot pop, the ICP.
Exactly.
You have to juggle those senses in your mouth.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's exactly it. All right. Well, there's the night's one shot. We'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll actually have everyone and we can continue on with Weird Frontiers. But why don't we find what's that?
Final episode we've been waiting on forever. So yeah,
So
It's
I'm
been
really
a
curious
long
how that works
ways,
out.
Yeah, it's been a few months. Like,
it has. Yeah.
yeah,
I hope it lasts longer than just let's all shoot Chance.
I think it will. I
Most
really
of us
think it
don't
will.
want to shoot
It'd be-
Chance.
It'd be a very anticlimactic wait for everybody.
I think
I
the
feel like all the
only
players are fine with killing him, but
Like,
most of the
and
characters
it's
aren't.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we find a way to drag it out to more than just one final episode, but we'll see. Anyway, let's do our closing round of plugs. Jeremy, why don't you start us out? What you got?
Yeah, Aaron reads on Patreon. You've got tokens, maps, comics, fun stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, exactly. Bert?
I'm not sure about tomorrow, but Tuesday we'll be doing some Werewolf 20th Anniversary Edition. Fridays are our classic or basic expert Dungeons and Dragons, and Saturday will be Cyberpunk Red.
Very cool. Jake, you want to throw anything out there?
Drink your zing! Exclamation point.
Drink your zing! Exclamation point. And as far as Defenders of Cobalt go, twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. Wednesdays, we've got our Dungeon Crawl Classics campaign where we're going through the classic adventure, Night Below. We're approaching the city of the Glass Pool. And Fridays, Joe is making a game called Anvia. We've been off a couple weeks because Joe's been MIA, but we should be back to it this Friday. And that's what we got going for our week. So I guess until we see you again. Oh, and we'll be back here. Hopefully more Weird Frontiers. 2 weeks. Anyway, goodbye, everyone.
Later, everybody.